Hello, nice to see you again. My name Olaf Pfannebecker. Hello all together, nice to have you on board again. Hello social economic networker. Today we will talk about the effective invitation. Last week we talked about the list of prospects. We learned how to create a candidate list to enroll as many people as possible and how we then divided them into different categories. You remember? We have divided them into the hot list, the list of acquaintances, the list of the distance ones, the referral list and the privileged top 20 list in which the 20 best prospects are listed. Today we will continue with the effective invitation. Think of everything we have or we are learning right now. Now, the cycle of momentum, which means the list of prospects, the invitation, the plan, the follow-up actions, is a continuous process in which you learn consciously and then you teach it. Because as soon as you learn it and teach it to others, you create a so-called duplication effect. And duplication is crucial to being successful in the network marketing industry. There are people, or even executives, who develop this type of business and don't duplicate it. What does it mean not to duplicate? It means that they are not modelizing the cycle of momentum. They don't teach the principles and human values. They don't teach the steps of the guide of success so that people can continue these steps in a consistent manner. And in this way, as they keep repeating it, people will make it a habit of doing something immediately, doing something spontaneous, because they have already repeated it over and over again. This constant repetition has made this person an expert who knows exactly what to do and what has to be done. Each of these steps, prospecting, the list of prospects, the invitation, the presentation of the business opportunity, and the follow-up are basic concepts that we need to be aware of as we learn and teach them. And if you teach and share these steps, you create a valuable organizational multiplication. Especially today, we will talk about the section, the effective invitation of our guide to success. As we already mentioned, we will divide this invitation into 3 to 4 different invitations, because depending on the person we are going to invite, we will be with these people directly or we will explain them more professionally and even extensively as we make the invitation. One of the most common mistakes that many people make when inviting others is to give the prospect too much information, and this candidate is prejudiced by the excess of information. He is prejudiced because he may hear about the products, he may hear about the for-life company, he may hear about different concepts. I mean, that is a sales business, and maybe this person doesn't like sales and thinks that you are invited to sell products or that you want to sell them something, and that this person has no money right now for the products. And that is why we often lose the ability to get people to this first home meeting. It is important that you sit down with your sponsor prior to the invitation and that you have decided at least 2 days in advance how you will organize this meeting or business presentation at home. Because you can give your candidates various, let's say, options during the invitation. For example, if I want to do the home meeting on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., I should have another option on hand, like maybe on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Why is that important? Well, if I invite the candidate for Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. and he is busy because he has different obligations, I shall have a second option ready to invite him right away. This increases my ability to invite my candidate to my home to present the business opportunity. Keep in mind that in this first presentation we are going to do at home, we will do this specifically with people from the hot list. This is the list of people we know very well. Our friends, our relatives, our neighbors, our work colleagues, people who know us well and whom we know very well. Therefore, these first 2 meetings at home are essential to get this new partner off to a good start, and that you as a sponsor can pass on him these principles, that he not only learns them theoretically but can also personally experiment with these emotions that occur in each phase of our business. Therefore, the new team member can also see your capacity, security and trust while making the invitation for him. You can then make the invitation himself and then teach it to others. So today we are going to talk about the effective invitation. The first type of invitation we are going to model today is aimed at the people who have listed or who are listed on our so-called prospect lists. These are the people who know us very well, who we know very well. These are close relationships, such as between family members, your friends, your neighbors, your employees. This group of people generally trust us, and because of this trust you ask a lot of questions, which means that we mostly give an excess of information. And this is one of the main problems, since the excess of information causes many people not to come to the business presentation. For this reason, when we invite people on the hot list, we recommend doing so according to the third-person concept. What do we mean by third-person concept? You will build up your sponsor well, the person who presents the business opportunity in your home, in order to awaken the interest of your candidate to get to know him. In addition, you will build up the team of social economic networker, so that your prospect sees that the whole team of people is involved in this project beyond yourself, and that this team has also inspired your own interest because of the thoughts of the prospects, has the options of meeting someone who is a great businessman, or the candidate who is listening to you realize that you know a team of entrepreneurs who will benefit the candidate. Why is this part so important? Because the candidate or the person who knows you very well sees you as an equal. Maybe he sees you as an unsuccessful person. Maybe he sees you as a person who has never been an entrepreneur. Maybe you have the same financial results as him, or even less. And therefore, it is always appropriate to use the element, the strategy of the third person. Always remember that the person who is listening to you, the person you would like to invite to a business presentation, thinks that you have met a group of successful people. So let's take a look at how this invitation works. How can you invite your prospects from the hot list with the help of your sponsor or with the help of the third person concept? What do we mean by the third person concept? It's about building up your sponsor and building up the team of social economic networker properly, to inspire the candidate's interest in coming along and listening to the business opportunity. It is very effective. Why? Because the people who usually know us very well and who are familiar with us may not see us as successful entrepreneurs, but rather as colleagues. Therefore, it is highly recommended to use the concept of the third person to inspire the curiosity of the candidate who is a close friend or family member, in order to inspire the interest of those people on the hot list so that they attend a business presentation. Let's see what the sequence would look like. You pick up the phone and call your first person on your hot list. Let's call her Jessica. We are greeting first Jessica. Hello Jessica, how are you? How are the children? How is the family? This is how we always do it. We greet first. The second question you will be asking is, Jessica, do you have a minute for me? Why is it so important to ask this question? Because Jessica may be cooking or doing something else and has no time to listen to you. If Jessica says she has a minute, go to the third part of the call, which is the reason for your call. Jessica, I would like to tell you briefly why I'm calling you. Have you ever heard of the social economic networker? Most likely Doris will say no, and you will continue your phone call. Fine, then let me explain you shortly, Jessica. The social economic networker is a global team of entrepreneurs who have taught worldwide countless people and entire families for over more than 20 years how to build a safe, great and healthy lifestyle in times of great changes. We teach people how to improve income with less work, and right next to me is Mr. Jack Taylor, who is a member of this team, a superb, successful businessman. I would like to introduce him to you. Just give me your attention. What are you doing now? You pass the phone on to Jack so that Jack takes control of the call. Remember that your sponsor is mostly more experienced and confident and is better prepared to deal with the objections or even better with the conclusions of the meeting to invite their new candidates to the next business presentation. What will Jack do? Well, Jack takes over the phone and will greet Jessica with a motivating hello. Hello Jessica, how are you? Mr. Pfannebecker tells me that you are an intimate friend of his. It is very nice to get to know you. Look, my name is Jack Taylor. I'm a member of a global entrepreneurial team called the Social Economic Networker. We are now looking for key people in this region, people with an open entrepreneurial attitude. We would like to expand our project in this region and your friend Mr. Pfannebecker thought of you, Jessica. Allow me to ask you a question. On Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. I will be here personally with Mr. Pfannebecker and I would like to ask you if we can meet there personally to talk to you about the details of this project. I would also like to ask you, Jessica, if you have the opportunity to earn a very good income without leaving what you are doing, would that be interesting for you? How could Jessica answer this question? Saying yes or saying no? If Jessica answers yes, well, can we meet at Mr. Pfannebecker's place next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. to discuss the details? If Doris says yes, perfect. Wow, it has been nice talking to you and I'm looking forward to meet you on Tuesday. I wish you a nice day. And end of the conversation. Now it can happen that Jessica keeps asking, Mr. Taylor, what is this all about? Explain me a little bit more. Now Jack will answer this objection. This enables us to guide the candidate to the end of the appointment and to bring her to the business presentation of the home meeting. And if Jessica would like further explanations, Jack will answer as follows. Jessica, explaining all of this over the phone would not be very professional, but I can tell you in advance that it is a great business opportunity to meet people, to help them to get a better income. Do you want to earn a better income? What will Jessica answer? Of course. Then it would be advisable that we meet at Mr. Pfannebecker's place on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. to discuss all the details there. Is that okay? Do you think we can meet at 7:30 p.m. next Tuesday? If Jessica says yes, close the appointment and end of the conversation. This is the call from your sponsor. It is a simple but important call. Occasionally, the person we are calling may not be able to spend time at the moment. For example, he is not able to attend a home meeting, but he may ask for more information. In this case, we use the contact materials that are available to us worldwide. These tools help us if a candidate cannot spend time to attend a meeting but ask for more information. In this case, you can answer as follows. Well, Mrs. Jones, I have more information for you here. I will send this information to you with your friend Mr. Brown so that you can evaluate it. We can then sit down to see what you liked most about the information. Is that okay with you? If Mrs. Jones agrees, answer, great, then Mr. Brown will give you the information and you end the call. This happens occasionally. It is a form of continuity in order not to lose the potential candidate. The aim is to use this information to inspire the candidate's interests so that he can come to the presentation of the business opportunity. In these cases, we can also send a link of a potential video to the future team member who need further information. It is a video that does not contain any product or company information. It is a video designed to inspire the candidate's curiosity and interest. Now, we will now see what the call to the candidates will look like if your sponsor can accompany you. It is very important to understand that. You have as many prospects as possible invited, because the more candidates you invite, the greater your chance of having a successful home meeting at your home. We know from experience that not all invited prospects will come along. For this reason, you should follow with these defined patterns of your hot list, which means your family members, your friends, your acquaintances, your neighbors, your employees, or people with whom you have a close relationship, so that it becomes a little bit easier for you to invite your candidates. Let's take Jessica again as an example. We pick up the phone. You are calling. Hello, Jessica. How are you? How is the family? How are the children? Do you have a minute for me, Jessica? I would like to tell you briefly why I'm calling you. Have you ever heard of the Social Economic Networker? I recently got to know this team of international entrepreneurs. They have been teaching people how to earn a better income with working less hours for over the last 20 years. And I just met one of those great entrepreneurs named Jack Taylor. And he will be here at my place on Tuesday evening at 7:30 p.m. I spoke to Jack and he told me that he was looking for key people around here to comment and present the project. Can I ask you a question, Jessica? If you had the opportunity to make a better income or get on an additional income without leaving what you are doing right now, would you care about it? Would that be interesting for you? Well, what will Jessica say to you? Of course, that sounds interesting. Now, the other question that will come from Jessica is, what is this all about? Well, Jessica, I don't have all the details, but I know it is a great project. I'm in. Just listen briefly. You and I have worked very hard all our lives, and I would like to live a completely different lifestyle. I want to get a better income, look for better opportunities. I believe that Mr. Taylor offers a great option that we can both benefit from. Do you think you can be with us on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. to find out all the details? What can Jessica answer to that? Yes or no? If she says no, good night, Jessica, take care, I'm gonna see you soon. And you end the call. It is very easy. It is important that both the call from your sponsor and the call you may have made yourself confirm the invitation a day or two in advance. Confirmation is very important, because if we confirm the invitation of our candidates, the effectiveness is a lot bigger to have a full home meeting. So we will confirm the appointment with Jessica. You call Jessica and you greet with, "Hello Jessica, how are you? I call you to remind you that tomorrow, Tuesday at 7:30 p.m, Mr. Jack Taylor will be with us, and I would like to know if you will come over." And if she says, "Yes, super, then see you tomorrow." So that's the right procedure, but I want to tell you that there is no exact way to make the invitations. It is just an idea. It is an idea to have a model on hand. And the models help the new team member to make the invitations. Why? Because every time we call someone, we talk to a person on the other side of the line that is very different to another person. There are people who ask a lot. There are people who are very open and who say very quickly yes. There will be many different situations. It's therefore very important that you have a large list of prospects and that you can invite as many candidates as possible to ensure a good participation. A good presence in a home meeting doesn't have to be hundreds of people. There can be 4, 5, 6 to 10 candidates who are present at your home in this presentation. Because what we are looking for are candidates who are looking for something. Within this group of people, 1 or 2 new team members may appear, or 2 or 3 new customers may appear, and so we can all start their business together. How do I make the invitation when we work with the list of acquaintances? The list of acquaintances are those who know us and we know them, but there is no close relationship. For example, it could be our lawyer, it could be our dentist, it could be our children's teacher at school, or it could be a mechanic who would repair our motorcycle or car or whatsoever. Therefore, this procedure is very important to understand that we are not going to invite those candidates to a home meeting at our place, because they are people who we may know a little bit, but we do not have a close relationship with them. We will invite them to the weekly central meeting or coordinate a one-on-one meeting that can take place where that person is located. It could be at the candidate's place or in a quiet coffee shop. You can meet to have a coffee with the person and present a short business presentation of, let's say, 15-20 minutes. Let's take a look at how the model of this invitation works. When inviting acquaintances, we can use 2 models. In the first model, we can use the contact material that we provide to the candidates, as it may contain information that may interest our prospects. In the second model, we can have a qualified business talk by asking a number of questions and explaining some concepts to the prospects to see if the prospects want to sit with us to listen to the business presentation. Now, therefore, we should understand that there are different ways to invite the candidates of our acquaintance list. Let's talk about the 2 options. The first thing we would like to mention is the use of the tools to contact people so that these prospects receive a first specific piece of information that inspires his interest, so that you can, by the end, sit down and present a business presentation in a one-on-one manner. If you are new to the business, you should ask your sponsor to help you with the presentation. If you already have experience and master the presentation, you can do this presentation, of course, by yourself. So let's take a look at how the presentation works, especially when inviting people using the contact material. In order to invite the people from the acquaintance list with the contact material, the sequence we use when we invite those prospects from the hot list is very similar. There are, let's say, a few variations. First of all, like always, you will greet the person. Then you will introduce yourself briefly. Third, you will ask if he has a minute to listen to you. And fourth, you will explain a little bit of what you want to tell the person. Let's see how this phone call works. Let's give an example of what a call to a friend would look like. Let us suppose you call a friend who is a mechanic in the workshop where you are taking your car. Let's say the person is called Brian. You pick up the phone, you call and greet him. Hello Brian, how are you? I'm Jack Taylor. Do you have a minute for me? If he says yes, continue with the call. I don't know if I already told you, I am part of a team of entrepreneurs. Have you ever heard of social economic networker? And if the answer is no, continue with the explanation. Well, social economic networker is a team that over the past 20 years has taught people in more than 100 countries around the world how to get a better income working less hours. I was introduced to this team a few years ago, and today I'm part of this team myself. And I thought of you because you are a person who is always very attentive and helpful. Every time I come to your garage, you have a nice smile. I like your attitude very much. Brian, I would like to ask you a question. If you had a way of earning a very good income without leaving what you're doing right now, would this be interesting for you? What could Brian answer me? Of course, that would be very interesting. And I will then say to him, then it would be nice if you could give me 30 minutes of your time to explain the details of our project so that you and your family can also benefit from it. When can we meet? Could we meet tomorrow or possibly the day after tomorrow? Would you mind if we meet around the corner here in the coffee shop? Or would you prefer it if we meet at your home to discuss the details? Of course, we can also meet at my place. You can also offer him another option. Would you like that we can meet directly at the Holiday Inn Hotel on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m? Because I will meet there with a group of social economic networkers, and I think it would be very nice that you get to know them also. So you should offer different options. This is highly recommended so that he can either meet you in a coffee shop, you can meet at his place if he prefers, you may even meet in the same garage where he's working, or you can invite him to the weekly Sandra meeting. Offer him several options so that he can decide where he wants to meet you. So if he says yes, then coordinate the time and the exact date. There's also a possibility that your prospect may insist that you explain everything to him over the phone. In this case, use the contact tools and tell the following to Brian. Brian, I can send you more information about the project so that you can have a look at it and you can evaluate it. Can I come over to your garage to give you the information? If Brian tells you that you can come along, then hand him the information over at any time. We recommend that you use something tangible so that you can get to know Brian better, so that you have a reason to pick up this material again, and maybe it is also an opportunity to present a short business presentation of maybe 15 to 20 minutes. This is one of the very good options. And the other option is that you can send your prospect the link of the contact video that will inspire his interest and curiosity. You tell him that you will send him a link to his WhatsApp so that he can watch his video, and that you will call him afterwards to see if he liked the information. And if this is the case, you will coordinate an appointment with him to present him the business presentation. Another possibility that you can use is that after you have passed over either the link of the contact video or the information material to Brian, you can coordinate a video conference with Brian. Today's options are almost unlimited. You can do a video conference via WhatsApp. You can also do a video conference via Skype or Zoom or whatever. We recommend that you carry out the video conference on a specific date and time so that you can give your prospects a business presentation in between 15, 20 to 30 minutes. These video conferences are very important. They are also very effective and personalized because you speak to your prospects as if you were personally speaking to them at the phone. So you have different options depending on how you see the candidate's reaction. You can assist each of these candidates either by using the contact tools, by using the link of the contact video, by meeting them personally in a coffee shop, or by meeting them at the weekly central meeting. The business opportunity, whether you do it via a video conference to present the business to your candidates or in some other way, it is always a question of practice and constant repetition to be able to effectively invite someone. If you have a list of prospects and keep repeating the invitation, you will gain confidence and you will gain security. And never forget to keep it as simple as possible. Do it with joy and fun. We do believe that the mental attitude we take when we make the call is very important. It has to be a confident attitude, a positive and optimistic attitude. The person on the other side of the phone must feel that you have a professional business attitude and that you have an outstanding option, a great alternative and a fantastic opportunity for that person. That is why the sound of your voice, the energy with which you present something is worth more sometimes than the words that you can express. Therefore, we will make effective invitations because the invitation is the step to move the prospects to a business presentation, regardless of whether it is presented in a home meeting or in a one-on-one meeting, whether it is in a central meeting or it is presented via video conference. Invite effectively and you will duplicate your organizations. Now next week we will continue our Building Network training series. The next topic is about how to organize a successful home meeting. This is another point of great importance in the correct execution of the cycle of momentum. We have already learned how to create a list of prospects and how to invite our prospects. Now the next chapter of Building Network is about how to run a successful home meeting. We hope that you enjoyed yourself and that we could help you with this information on your way to become a successful social economic networker. Myself and the team of Building Network would like to thank you all for the excellent comments sent and we hope to see you here next week. Please do not forget to give us a big like and to subscribe to our channel. We wish you a fantastic week.